Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now let's get started. Today, we're diving into another powerful verse from the book of Matthew that reminds us of God's limitless power and ability to do the impossible. We're looking at Matthew chapter 19, verse 26. Matthew 19:26 says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, 'With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible.'" To fully appreciate this verse, we need to understand the context in which Jesus said these words. In Matthew 19, Jesus is approached by a rich young ruler who asks what he must do to inherit eternal life. After Jesus tells him to keep the commandments, the young man says he has kept them all and wants to know what else is there to do. Jesus then challenges him to sell all his possessions, give to the poor, and follow him. The young man, unable to part with his wealth, walks away sorrowful. This leads to a discussion between Jesus and his disciples about the difficulty for a rich person to enter the kingdom of heaven. And the disciples ask, "Then who can be saved?" Jesus responds with the powerful statement in Matthew 19:26, highlighting that while salvation may seem impossible from a human perspective, nothing is impossible with God. This verse isn't just about wealth or salvation, it's a broader statement about the nature of God's power. With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. What Jesus is saying here is that human limitations don't apply to God. We often face situations in life where we feel stuck, overwhelmed, or defeated. Whether it's a personal challenge, a seemingly unchangeable situation, or something beyond our control, it's easy to lose hope. But Jesus reminds us that God's power isn't limited by our circumstances. What is impossible for us is entirely possible for Him. So, how do we apply this truth in our lives? First, it starts with faith, believing that God is who He says He is and that He can do what He says He can do. When you're facing something that seems impossible, instead of relying on your own strength or understanding, turn to God in prayer. Lay your burdens at His feet and trust that He is able to do exceedingly abundantly, above all that we ask or think, as it says in Ephesians 3:20. Let me share a few examples. Maybe you've heard of someone who received a miraculous healing after doctors said there was no hope, or someone who experienced a financial breakthrough when they were on the brink of losing everything. These are modern-day testimonies of Matthew 19:26 in action. God is still in the business of doing the impossible. I want to encourage you today, no matter what you're facing, remember that with God, all things are possible. Don't limit God by your own understanding or circumstances. Instead, lift your eyes to Him and trust that He can make a way where there seems to be no way. I challenge you to bring your impossible situations to God in prayer and watch how He works in your life. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this video inspired you or reminded you of God's incredible power, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need this message. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How has God made the impossible possible in your life? Let's share our testimonies and encourage each other. Until next time, keep trusting in God's limitless power. God bless you.